Hey guys, welcome to another stream. Eric is still getting coffee, and yeah, Todd, actually it's 8 p.m. Central here. You must be in Mountain if you're thinking it's 7, because it just turned 8 o'clock. So let me go back up to the top of the chat, and if you guys can't hear me, say something. Of course, if you can't hear me, you wouldn't know to say something. How's it going tonight? Richard, you were early. I mean, really early, 6:10 p.m. Let's see. Eric is going to be here in a minute. Welcome, Peter. Glad to have you from down under. 11 a.m. Saturday. So, see, it's still Friday here. And welcome, Todd. Don't know if anybody else is going to show up. Eric has pinged Mark. Donnie may or may not show up. He said he was still in town when we last talked, or last time he sent us a message, and haven't heard anything from Spence tonight. So Peter at least should recognize the what's on both of our screens, because Eric is working on the balconies. I'm doing a little bit of Eric's here. I just thought of something. Hang on, Eric. Eric, are you there? Eric! Okay. But Eric's working on painting balconies. I need to mask off because of my overspray, because I used a rattle can when I painted the white. Not planning on painting this tonight, just doing a little bit of masking. Shh, he's back. But, and then I'm actually going to be working on balconies too. And I'll tell you, Peter, I'm thinking about working on tiny, tiny photo etch, just like you're taking a break from. And you know which photo etch I'm talking about because you've built this kit. I looked at something too, and I was like, oh, that would be so cool, but I don't know that it's possible to make the lights look like they're lit up on the stern pool deck here. Thinking about it, but I don't think I can actually get there. Yes, I will be doing the working on the Enterprise windows on Sunday. And let's see where to go. Oh, Eric! So, Todd, I have picked the tape. So I'll be using the right tape on Sunday.
Here we go.
Where are we going, Eric?
Here we go. Who's doing the Enterprise? Rock? You doing the Enterprise? Sunday?
Yep. Actually, I just realized I have got the wrong speakers going. I'm sitting here with Plantronics headset on, so that we don't get an echo.
Echo. Yeah, it was pretty bad without the headset.
Well, it should be good now.
Hey Oz, since you've done this, and so is Buck, but I really want to get like another opinion on it, just for curiosity.
He wants a good opinion, is what he's saying.
Come on now. Painting these bottom, like the floor. Get into scale here. Painting the floor like deck tan or whatever. You know, that's what I plan on anyways. But what about these middle sections, right? The middle sections to the door. Like, would it be cool to paint those black? Just the line, not to get too fancy. But just the little itty bitty line that's in there. All right? Your thoughts, opinions, anybody's opinions.
By the way, Eric, I do have to say one thing.
I didn't do it.
No, I was going to say, you say not to get fancy. Now think about the fact that if you do the centerpiece on on those doors.
Yeah.
You're looking at a probably 2,000 balconies.
Oh, that's not bad. Try it out.
And I
If you want to create more
yeah.
work, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Was that constructive, Oz? Huh? Was that constructive?
It was. He's just saying, if
All
you go ahead.
That's right. All right. I got it.
Read his comment from above. Well, he's watching the stream to get away from little tiny photo etch. So right now he's not looking for extra work.
Oh, this is not the right place. Not with a guy like me that has OCD going on here.
Wait, Eric, let me see the bottom of your hull. Maybe I can find a spot that you missed that has a seam on it.
Oh, trust me, I've looked, and yeah. I've been tempted to like just completely redo it, but you know.
I know you've looked with a magnifying glass again, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, and
yeah.
yeah. Those of you out in YouTube land, because I think I mentioned it on Discord earlier today. I finally got the parts, the only parts, mind you, for the Eagle Moss Enterprise Titanic. All about building all the balcony tables and chairs. I remember
Oh my God! You realize before I bought this model, oh, now I just forgot it. Oh yes, I actually thought about doing that. Now that's before I physically saw this model in front of me. I was like, wow, wouldn't that be cool? Little table and chairs, you know. And I wasn't going to go any further than that, but then I saw this, you know, and then I'm like, oh, hell no.
Well, I actually think that Oz mentioned that in Spence. I think Oz mentioned that in one of his videos about possibly doing all the tables and chairs.
Right, Oz? Yeah, exactly. Hell no. Hey, Spence, how's it going?
Not too bad.
But as I was saying, I've got the parts for the Titanic from Eagle Moss, and I looked at the 2 packs that I have and thought to myself, would I ever pay $10 a piece for them? And the answer is not on your life. So I will be doing a review on them and explaining why I would not pay $1,700 for that model.
Yes, you would. You know it.
No, I paid $1.95 for those pieces, and that's it. If there were no other decent Titanic models out there, I would think about it. But the fact that you have to paint that thing, and you know the amount of work that you have to put into a model that you pay $1,700 for, I'm like, you're crazy. And
yeah.
Well, I don't think that people realize, people who don't have all the equipment like airbrushes and stuff like that. I can't wait because they're building that thing, and eventually they're going to hit that point where they have to have an airbrush, and they're going to be like, "Wait a minute, this is supposed to be just a cool model to be able for everybody to build." Hey, Jalen.
No model ever needs airbrushing. Just saying.
Well, you're right. No model ever needs airbrushing. But airbrushing is a whole lot better than all those little paint strokes you're going to end up with hand painting it.
Oh, see, that's just experience, wisdom, knowledge, all building blocks to become a better modeler.
Yes.
See? Wow, you like that? You like that little spin-off?
I do. I will say, though, because I do wooden models, that wooden models take paint a lot better than plastic models do, and it's easier to hide the brush strokes
on wooden models.
Yes, most of my wooden models were were brushed with paintbrushes.
You dry brush. No, that's not okay.
No. So it's just one of these things of airbrushing is going to be a lot faster too. And suddenly it got silent.
But I was just about to ask, Spence, what are you working on?
One moment.
His phone.
Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit. That was too thin the last time.
Oh, I want that car.
Nice.
Well,
Very first car I'm ever going to build.
Eric, you want to know something that's even nicer than that? If they carry it, that's Hobby Lobby 40% off nice. I haven't seen it at my Hobby Lobby yet.
Oh, I wonder if they carry that one. The only one that I've seen mine carry so far. Spence is lucky. I don't know. Spence, did you get that at Hobby Lobby?
Nope, Amazon. It was like $30. It was like $30 when I got it.
And is that like Prime?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. $30 for a 16 scale. That's not bad.
It's these days. I believe it's $39.
Yeah, it's a bit of a turd of a kit, I've been told, but I'll see what I can do with it.
Well, if you can, if you made miracles happen on the TIE Interceptor, so I have no doubt.
I'm thinking his bird of prey.
Oh, speaking of Star Trek, the next installment. Dun, 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 yeah. And yes, people, this will be lit by yours truly, Spencer.
Huh? What?
I said the lighting kit or the lighting thing.
Okay.
It's from
Oh, yeah, the thing.
This has the top secret.
All right. Speaking of lit, things got away from me. My wife made ice cream. We have an ice cream maker that makes ice cream literally from start to finish in 20 minutes. So I'll be right back. My glass is empty.
Giddy up. I are here. Hey, Jalen.
Yes, I was going to mention that they proved that a turd could be polished.
No such thing as a turd model, just a challenge. I like that.
I will admit, there is a lot of dirt on it. See if I can. I haven't even taken parts out of the. I've not even taken parts out of the bags yet.
Wait a minute, like dirt on the plastic bag?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll no dirt on the plastic. I'll show you.
That's a trick. Maybe it's custom dust.
Is this safe?
I don't think so.
In the freezer?
You mean will it break?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Even if it freezes, it's got what makes things break. Is
You know what?
Expand. It can expand up.
That's not even gonna show.
La Duma.
I might have to actually darken this. I don't think this. I mean, it looks good, but
There you go, Eric.
I can't even tell if it's white or tan. Huh? Holy buckets!
Yep, that's just straight up dirt.
No, that's pre-shading.
Uh huh.
That's just pre-shading. Yeah, I'm gonna have to darken that. There's no way I'm gonna work with that. I needed more coffee. Yes, coffee to light. What we got?
Oh, is that the one that was dirty when you opened it, Spence? Sorry.
I've just taken it out of the bags, and yeah, there's dirt all over it.
Okay, I was away for a minute, and I've got the
Yeah, I can
Plantronics on.
probably show you some of it.
Yeah, I think we're all good here.
Yeah, I'm not having any problems.
Is Eric playing with Thumper?
Yeah.
I can tell. I hear the
Yeah, the little guy, he's just stabbing for attention. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Holy crap!
Oh, he says, hell yeah, I want a carrot. He says, hell yeah, I want a carrot.
That is perfectly set up for a junkyard model.
It looks almost like cardboard. It looks almost like cardboard dust or something. Like some kind of paper got pulverized or something.
That's weird. All right, so these are done.
All right. What shade of brown to use?
And I've drilled holes in the pools because of Peter, because he did it on his. I thought it looked cool.
I'm gonna go with leather brown.
For the balconies.
Yeah, the cream color. You can't even notice it. You can't notice it even against the white. Like it's not that much of a color change. So I'm gonna add some of this stuff, leather brown. I have tan skin, harvest brown, and muddy brown, but they're all
hang on.
Not shades I want. So
hold that up again. I know we have different cameras. Yeah, that should look good because it's just a little bit darker than this is. And actually, Eric, based on what's in your cup, I think that's coffee brown. I don't care if it says leather brown; it's coffee brown.
Well, this right here is leather brown. This right here in the cup, that's cream color.
No, what I'm talking about is the bottle you just had. That one that's the leather brown?
Yeah.
At least on the camera, from the top it doesn't, but from when you turn it over and we can see the bottom, it looks the same color as your coffee.
Holy buckets.
So you should just paint with your coffee.
You know what? That's a good idea. I'll just run this through just.
And what's funny is Rich just said the same thing. Use your coffee. And Peter said, don't drink it.
Okay. I really should be using a better brush than this, but.
You know what the best brush to use on when you're painting like those little balconies?
The square ones.
No, whichever one fits.
Wow.
Yeah, Eric, you know me well enough that I will give you that kind of nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah. When I'm done, the Queen Mary 2, the Bismarck is next in line. And I can't wait.
Oh, and actually, you said something today on Discord. You thought that I have I was
talking Chris. Yeah, I was talking with Chris, and I thought you had I don't know what the hell it's called, premium, platinum, or something. I don't know.
No, I don't actually. I just had two Bismarcks, and I knew you were looking for one. That's why I said, I'll sell you one. Which one do you want?
Oh, they're the same damn thing?
They're not the same thing. Honestly, I sold you the better of the two kits.
Oh, what a pal.
I am.
I appreciate that. No, you say thank you. Good Lord. Do I got to teach you everything?
Yeah, see how I am? Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Oz has given you homework.
Uh-oh.
Keep count of the balconies as you paint.
No, that is one. I don't multitask there, Peter. There, that right there is an impossibility.
All I know is that there was like 1,420 portholes I drilled in the Titanic. Roughly.
Yeah. I don't know. I keep thinking. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna light it. No, I'm not gonna light it. Yeah, I'm gonna light it. I think it's just so. It's like when I first started the Disco Prize. It was for me, a person that has never lit a model. It was it just seemed like a very daunting, intimidating task.
So I'm reading scanning through Discord right now. Yeah, it's funny. I posted twice today that we were on at 8 o'clock. I don't think roughly not good enough. Count them again. No. Simple. No. Let's see.
If Peter gets up, we're gonna make him go back to doing his PE.
Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can reach.
You hear that? You hear that, buddy? We'll make you start doing PE along with us. Hey, if you're on, you should hop on our Discord. Hop right on here with us. Become a member for one low monthly. Oh, never mind.
I don't charge you that much.
If you join today, we give away Spencer's whole stash.
Good luck finding me.
Hey, we know you're up somewhere in the foothills.
The Appalachia.
Appalachia.
Okay. I almost had it. Give me credit for that. Come on.
Spencer's on the thumbnail, isn't he?
Yeah.
I could have sworn. Hang on.
What thumbnail? Disney?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I see him on the thumbnail. Unless... You see, here's where I go screwing around with things, and everything crashes and goes away.
Don't do it.
Too late. I'm already doing it.
Don't do it. Is there going to be a lot of cleanup on that, Spence?
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
Seams everywhere. Mold lines everywhere.
I was just gonna ask if there was like a lot of mold lines on the body.
Gaps everywhere. Let's see.
Gaps?
Let me see if Oh yeah, gaps. Let me see if I can show you some of the mold lines here. Manually adjust the focus.
Oh, right by the headlights?
Hold on.
Okay, so she thought that we were talking about the other Spencer. I'm not sure which other Spencer. Oh, yeah,
right
I see it.
Yeah. Wow.
There. Let me see here.
That's going to be a lot easier than the 48 Ford I'm working on, because I'm working, of course, it's just the 25th scale, but it had the same exact mold lines right underneath the headlights, the headlight buckets.
That ejector or support pin cuts right into the trim.
Oh, no.
Let's see some dirt and divots.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Does any of it have that like swirliness to it? Sometimes the body will have that. It'll be all swirly if you hold it to the light just right.
It's white, so it's kind of hard to tell.
There's got to be mold lines right there on the back tail light, isn't
Oh,
there?
here you go. Right, right there in the window frame.
Yep.
And that is out of focus, but there's an ever so slight warp to that I'm going to have to fix. Let's see here. What other nonsense we got?
Well,
what did you get yourself into, Spence?
Spence, you could do the same thing that I did. Leave it out in the sun. That way it does this. You can't. There's a good spot. You see, it's nice and warped in a couple of spots.
See, where did I see that at? There's another bad mold line on the underside, but I can't see it right now for some reason. It's not terrible, but there's a lot of cleanup and a lot of rescribing and probably some thin styrene strips here and there.
Believe it or not, cleanup like that takes the longest, or at least it feels like it to me. But then again, I'm making mine to actually look like, a junkyard heap.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't like the fact that the gas pedal and stuff is molded into the cabin. I wish it was separate parts.
You can make it separate.
I could, but there's already like a flocking detail that I don't want to get rid of.
Well, with the size, you could think about doing the flock yourself.
Yeah, I may do that.
I mean, because it is large enough. I mean, I've never done it, but it looked like the techniques, are fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
As for the gas pedals, or the pedals itself, I don't know if your printers are up and running, but you could think about 3D printing certain things for it.
Or just scratch building.
Yep, that too. Is that meant to be an automatic, or is that like a 3 on the tree kind of thing?
What's a what?
Is it an automatic or stick?
Oh man, I think it's let me look.
I don't know. By the way, Jalen just said to go flock yourself.
I'm not seeing a stick shift.
Must be on the steering.
Well, it just looks like regular park brake stuff. I'm not seeing like an actual gear shifting going on. You got the steering column, you got the park brake, you got all that good stuff. I'm not seeing an actual. No, I'm not seeing. Doesn't look to be manual.
How many pedals are on the floor?
I think it's just gas and brake. Gas and brake. There's no clutch pedal.
See, that's the teller.
Yeah, so everything would be on the steering column. So
I think it is automatic.
Okay. I know that some car enthusiasts or car model enthusiasts there, they'll like put the motor they want in it. They're like, I don't want it automatic, stick and stuff. It's crazy what you can do with these things.
Oh, this has choices for custom engine options and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But keep in mind, Eric, you're talking to someone who knows jack diddly about classic cars.
Me too.
This is my very first car model kit ever.
Now, if this car was in the same conversation as, oh, let's say, what's the James Webb Telescope going to snap photos of first? See?
Well, at first I tell you it doesn't snap photos.
See? You know how many people are scrambling wanting to use that thing?
Oh, I did get the email for proposal submission, but I don't have anything to submit.
Yeah, don't forget, he's a science guy. 56 Chevy wagon, nice.
I love astronomy. I just can't remember all of it.
Well, Eric, there's these big balls of gas that are burning in the sky. Those are called stars.
Those are just my kids. But this is why I want to get a go-to mount for my 80 millimeter refractor. That way I can just oh God, what do they call that? You have to get it set up to true north. Find the North Star kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh, two guide star thing.
Yeah. And once you get that set up, then all you have to do is just punch in what you want to look at, and it moves it right towards it, and it keeps it on track. So it'll move with the horizon.
Oh yeah.
Assuming you got it set up correctly. But I've been looking at a lot of Explore Scientific ones. One, they have like payment options, and with some of their stuff, you really need it because it's pricey.
Well, in typical fashion, I have one part off the sprue in the bag.
In a dusty bag.
I've never had a model kit, even a Bandai kit, where there hasn't been a part off the sprue.
For real?
For real.
And you've been doing this how long?
I got back into it about 9 years ago.
Dang.
Now, you mentioning parts off the sprue, I thought it made me think about my broken stairs. The one that's broken off of here that I emailed Ravel about and they ignored me. And then I don't remember if it was Peter or if it was Aussie Scale Modeling. These have to come off anyway. I was like, oh, yay. Because there's photo etch for that. And what I'm doing right now might be an exercise in futility because I realized I have not yet painted this part. I have not primed it. I have not painted it gloss white.
Nice.
Yeah, that just means I have to figure out how to not spray the balcony floors.
Oh. That's called doing the balconies over again.
Or it's called spraying this direction and hoping.
Doing that, it would be like that Zenithal highlight?
Zenithal.
Zenithal highlight.
Since I have paint out, I'm going to go ahead and use that paint, and then I'm going to do something different.
Oh, that's the... I thought there was a stick shift on this, but that's the antenna.
Oh, my. Spence.
Yep.
Now, okay, do you research stuff like the TIE Interceptor? Did you do any research before you built it or as you built it?
Yeah. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to do that here.
Yeah, okay.
This is going to have to all get stripped, though. I do not like this chrome.
There will be weekly tests. Make sure. So.
Who's going to administer them?
Myself, actually.
Oh, so you know the subject matter in and out then, huh?
Absolutely not. However, the test will be fun.
Oh, okay.
See,
You're
I
grading on
can't.
a
I have to get
you are
fun. See?
you are grading on a curve, correct?
Oh, have you planted anything yet,
Oh,
Spence?
no stairs. Damn.
Next week.
Next week. I knew it was coming up. I didn't know how.
Too
I didn't know your weather
too
over there, whether or not you started.
too wet right now. It's actually supposed to storm here almost any time.
Oh, jeez.
Wait,
Yeah,
was
you
it?
guys get normal springs. We get dry springs.
In fact, I probably should check the radar here real quick.
So Spence said, "Hey, Kelly. Is Kelly on or is it Kenny?"
Oh,
Hey, Kenny.
why did it say Kelly?
I don't
Hi,
know.
Kelly.
She is
Hi,
with
Kelly.
the
What's going on?
pups.
I
Hi,
don't know
Kelly.
why
with the beard.
my laptop's sitting in a weird spot. That's probably why.
Oh,
Type. Let's see here.
yeah. See, I use that often too as an excuse.
Perfectly acceptable.
It's not the senility; it's the position of the laptop. Yeah, Kenny is awake, considering that he worked first time this year, I think.
Kenny, you worked? You worked today?
Well, he didn't. I kept track of the play-by-play on Discord. He's been out of work so long, the IT guy said he ain't never coming back and deleted his account.
Yeah, some of the seam lines on this chrome are really bad. I'm going to have to strip it off and repaint.
Not really. I was at work though. Oh,
Sounds like me.
Spence, you said something about you stripping the chrome paint.
Yeah, the seam lines on it are really bad.
How are you going to do it? I've heard people have different ideas about taking chrome off or dechroming.
Oh, I don't. I always use super clean.
Super clean.
Yep.
Is that purple stuff?
Hold on.
Purple power or something like that?
That's one of them, but I like super clean better.
I've used Purple Power and it works just as well, I think.
Taking the chrome off?
Yeah. You remember my Batmobile last year? Or was it 2 years ago?
No, that was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. My
Eric.
Yeah. My Batmobile, the several
Super
parts on it were chrome.
Yeah.
And I used the purple stuff to take it off. It was one of these things I'd heard that. I think it was Kenny said it in the video, and so I threw the parts in the Purple Power stuff.
Yeah.
Stirred it around like a minute and a half later, and I'm like, "There's no chrome on these parts. Why am I stirring them?" It literally
that was an hour, just an hour sitting in that.
No, a couple of minutes.
Oh my.
Yeah, it just gone.
Oh yeah. Yep.
See, now what I had learned from my semi truck, it's over there, when I didn't like the shininess of the chrome, so I looked up and people were like, just spray it with like matte or satin clear. And so I tried it and it dulled it down. I was pretty impressed with it.
Well, the problem is you can't really sand or scrape this stuff. You just got to get it back to the bare plastic.
Yep.
Right. Kind of interesting why companies still do that. I mean, they should know by now. Most modelers don't dechrome everything. Like, you wouldn't they just like, you know what? We're going to save money and just not chrome these parts.
Well, sometimes people just don't want to mess with chrome. Oh, just noticed something else.
And the thing is, if they do the chrome, what cost them 13 cents, they can charge you $5 for.
Oh, I suppose.
The horn, whatever you call it's broken.
Oh no!
Wait a minute. Put that up again. That's the. That's the chrome around the steering wheel.
That's for the horn. I think.
That almost looks like a trim piece around like the steering wheel or something.
Well, didn't that used to be for the horn?
You're right. It is on some of the older cars. That ring was a separate piece, and it was inside from where the rest of the steering wheel was.
Like you would depress it, and that would be the horn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be kind of like, let me find something. There.
I think these balconies are multiplying because I swear I've done more than this. But
so it's a little bit small, but if the blue tape was the steering wheel, this would be the horn ring, and it would, it'd be attached like in the corner or on the sides, but this would just be hanging in the air.
Right.
I think my mom's Corvair had a steering wheel like that.
Here you go, Eric.
Horn ring, yeah, look at that. Go Spence.
That's got to get stripped and re-glued.
That was a pop quiz. See, I was just making attention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew that all along.
Lies.
Yes, I mean no.
Now, before I dig into the rest of the plastic, let's see what the tires look like.
Little round donuts of rubber.
Wait a minute, what? Hold to the right. I did. Ours used to be art. Watch my video. You have a video? What video?
On Super Clean.
Oh, the super clean video. Oh, all right. Pampa, yeah.
Well, I would love to hear him go, no.
I would run. I would jump out the window right behind me.
I know you would. That's why I would love to hear him do that.
I have no idea what constitutes a good tire or a bad tire. Oop. There's some gouges.
The tires on Eric's Ford, those are bad tires. The ones that he heated and flattened.
There's some
Those came off. Is that the tire tree, or are they separate?
They're all cut separate.
Now look at the tire itself. Like if you pick one up, is there a seam/mold line down the center of the tread?
It actually.
If you can't see it, those are good tires.
Well, I don't see a seam line, but I actually see a little bit of a step between both sides.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can feel a step. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Let me see if I can. Like there.
Oh, because there's not there. Yeah,
middle.
line. But I mean, that's not something that you have to sand. So that's a good thing. Oh, look at the tread though. That's nice.
There is a little bit of some. See if I can find one here. I think Kenny was complaining about this when he opened his 57. There is some waviness. A
little bit, not bad, but it's got the raised lettering. Nice.
Oh yeah, I have a. I don't know if these are supposed to be the right ones to go in these, but that's a horrible hubcap. And then they give you the little ones.
Oh, the skit, yeah. Are they the? Do they have a stripe on the side for like white wall? Like you can add like a white wall to it.
I do have white walls. They're separate plastic. The white walls are separate parts, but it looks like they're for white walls.
Okay. Those are
These
cool.
are-
I've always loved white wall tires. They just
these-
make they just
These are
look
Firestone. These are Firestones. The others are Goodyear.
wow. They even give you two different brands. That's cool. Makes you
Someone-
wonder if that's like historically, if you want to call it historically accurate to what they used.
Now there is a particularly bad step on these. In fact, I
The
probably
skinny
can show
ones?
you that. I could probably show you that. Come on, let me see if I can find a good camera angle here.
I just saw it.
Come on. Hold on a second.
Holding.
Hard to.
Hopefully, I won't have to repaint those balconies when I actually do something the rest of this thing.
I can't really show you, but there's a pretty bad step.
I can see the line
Yeah, right there.
right there.
Go back. There.
Right there.
You can see it.
Yeah,
That's not a mold line. That's a step.
that's a step. Good God. Yeah, if the other ones are better, just I'm using those.
Someone said I saw videos where people put thin ones on the front and big ones on the back.
Yeah, to make it more of like a street rod,
Okay.
where there's more power going to the rear pumpkin than there is.
Rear pumpkin, is that a technical term?
The axle, sorry. The rear axle.
The rear thing would do it. The rear.
Center of the rear axle.
How do you
The
get
rear thing would do it.
pumpkin from axle?
I'm telling you, my balconies are like giving birth to more balconies. I should be done with this.
Eric, I just
What?
want to make sure. Have you primed that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
See, the saving grace for this is that I'm going to use, for this part here, is I'm going to use white Stynel res to prime it.
Ooh.
And then I'll hit it with the gloss white. And then I'll come back and see if any of my about 15 balconies are still brown.
It's not a new ship, so it'll be off white, maybe.
So now the fun part.
All right, let's catch up on chat here. Okay. Caught up.
You said that, and I looked up, and I'm like, but I thought we were already caught up.
It does come with metal metal rods, so you can turn the wheels, and what looks to be vinyl tubing that's way too big for the distributor cap wiring. Could have to use different. Could use different size.
Metal rods. That's kind of cheesy.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
use different size wiring for that. Too big.
Oh, here's a question for you, Spence. Are you going to light it?
No.
What? For real? I would.
No, I'm gonna try to.
Lights, tail lights, headlights. All run on separate switches. Come on.
Spence hasn't really caught the lighting bug, I don't think.
Yeah, Spence doesn't like lighting kits. I don't know why.
I do like lighting kits. It's just For a car,
You are right. There's not a whole lot you can light on a standard car. But my Ecto 1 that I did about 8 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because I've actually seen some people, I just lit it because the way I wanted to light it.
Right.
And it's funny because if I remember right, my outer headlights are solid. The inner headlights go back and forth. And I've actually seen somebody do it that way, and I'm like, that's funny.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Hi, Donnie.
Donnie, how's it going?
You made it out of town alive. Cool.
Right?
He escaped from the grandbaby.
Yes.
Isn't it cool? You can play with your grandkids and.
Right?
Someday I'm going to Bismarck and I'm going to play with Eric's kids, and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to spoil them rotten and let him deal with the aftermath.
Start smelling something, going, hey, one of your kids is broken.
That's what grandparents are for, right?
That's exactly what they're for. Usually you get to give them back.
Spence needs to have like tons of kids, little science nears running around.
Oh, I couldn't afford them right now.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Wait a minute, they'd help with the gardening. I'm just saying.
Wait, Eric, can you afford your kids?
Who'd what?
Can you afford the kids?
Yeah, I got 5. So.
See, nobody can ever afford the kids.
I went to go, because you're gabbing to me right now, I went to go clean my brush in my coffee. That was a close one. Don't you do that again.
Eric, they make cups that say paint water and not paint water.
I need one that says coffee.
Well, the first thing that you would have to do then, Eric, is learn how to read those words.
Hey, Misa got good language.
Okay.
It's Kurt. I just realized that the seats are a different colored plastic than the rest of the kit.
Huh? They look white.
Well, the camera's not going to pick it up unless I zoom in again. But hold on.
It's like the seat. Oh, okay, the seats look white, like clean white, like the kit should look, and the rest of it looks just dirty cream color kind of thing.
I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up because it's all white and it's going to get blown out.
Yeah,
you actually, Eric,
see a
you
little
are
different.
right. You are right. It's a cream color and a white color.
But the seats are the only part. It's the only part that's this pure white.
maybe the seats were an afterthought. They were like, yeah,
Oh.
kit's done. Ah, shit, we forgot the seats.
I think there might have been something wrong with the seats and they just redid the part.
Right.
Well, based on what you've been saying so far, there's something wrong with all of it.
Pretty much.
So,
Kid is Vince.
Huh?
so
Hold on.
Wow.
Hold on.
So
That one.
The 1/16 scale?
Yep.
okay, so this kit, this was a
It's
good
good.
out-of-box review, and it goes back on the shelf.
No, it's getting built. This is for the Jesse Bucksbaum bullying group build. I'm gonna build this.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, this is getting built, and I'm gonna do the best job that I can with it.
Right on.
So Kenny's
That's-
on a Wawa run, and he claims it's for Kelly.
I thought he was Kelly.
He was earlier.
Yeah.
So
Kelly 2.0.
This is kind of interesting because the
Oh wow. Thank you.
the wood decks
You're welcome.
are so much thicker than the wood decks for the Titanic are.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like the wood here is the wood that I was peeled out of here. It's almost like it's on another sheet of plastic. It was difficult to get it off of there.
Wow.
But always save your extra wood. You never know if you're going to need it for something else.
What's his name again? Ron Calvary or something like that. He's the dude just north of me up in Winnipeg. And he's doing a 200 scale Nelson. He already did the 200 scale Bismarck and the 200 scale Hood. And they came out just like amazing. But he was talking about wood decks, and he was like, "No, I'm not going to do it." He used like his own, I guess, concoction of Tamiya deck tan, and I think he added something else. He might have just thinned it out. I don't know.
Sawdust.
But he says he's used it before the wooden decks, and he says, to be honest, he says they just don't look that great. Now, mind you, this is just his personal opinion,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh,
you know what? I could probably get away with buying Tamiya deck tan.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, I'm sorry.
PG. Out the window.
Yep.
All right. Well, gotta show this.
This time it wasn't Buck's fault.
Fuck, it wasn't my fault?
It wasn't your fault this time.
Hold on, I gotta get a piece of paper or something here.
So Peter said Rodney 1/200s. So I guess the Rodney is the ship.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, it is the Rodney. I'm sorry, because there was more ships, and the Nelson was its sister ship.
Can do a nice wash on wood decks, is what he said.
What is that?
That is in the plastic.
Oh,
Really?
my God. No. I wonder if you could polish that out, though. Like, if it's not too deep.
All I have to say is, you dirty girl.
That looks almost like a bug.
That hit the windshield so hard it implanted in the windshield.
Why is that in?
Kenny said Spence cursed. Oh my.
You can understand how a bug would get in it. Bug gets in the factory and gets in it, but how the hell did that get through the quality check?
I don't know. It's literally in the plastic. Like, I am feeling no divot, no ding.
So
It's just in there.
what you need to do is take that and put some spider cracks away around it so that you've got a rock.
I might ask round 2 for a new part.
See, this is where they need to watch some of these videos, because they'd be the business of trying to run a business. I'd be like horrified. I was like, oh my God, all the stuff that you're finding on this kit. If I was like the maker, I'd be like, oh boy.
I like Peter's idea better. By the way, hello, Dark. Welcome. Peter said paint wings on it. Make it a real fly. Paint some wings on it.
Oh my goodness, that would be awesome.
So, Eric, in case you ever do wood decks, everybody out there, this is what I mean by saving your wood pieces. I'm just putting it on the back of this sheet.
Oh, I see. Okay. Just in case you might need it later on.
Yeah. I mean, I think I saw Peter talked a couple of times about where he needed some spare wood, and he just took some from elsewhere in the decks.
Oh, so they do a lot that. They don't give you the exact amount. They actually give you a little bit more.
Not a whole lot more, if you look. these are the decks, to make it a square sheet, they make, so that you have to cut it out. There's always going to be some extra. Now, Dirk, Kenny actually finally made it, and now he's out at Wawa getting Shu a sandwich.
Hey, Derek, how's it going, bud?
Or no, wait, he's not getting Shu a sandwich.
So,
That's
Donnie,
what
I
it
think
was.
you're doing a commission build, right?
Yes.
When I looked up the price of it, I was like, that's not too bad. That's something that I can totally see myself, working on or saving up for. Because I always thought Warhammer looks cool.
I like the way Warhammer looks, but I mean, this is about the size of that TIE fighter that I just bought for $37.
The price
This is $110.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you, Games Workshop.
So
Spence is reeling over there.
So, I worked on tank treads today. Can you tell? That piece I just dropped fell off. I found it on my pants.
No, I couldn't tell. I've never had problems with my tank treads there, but just saying.
That's because you don't have tank treads. You have rubber bands.
But they look like tank treads, and that's all that matters.
Okay, so this window, this is me. It's Buckmine's Model Mania. Actually, there. Now you got should have names when I move the thing. There you got Donnie, you got Eric, and you got Spence.
I'm not Spence. He's the other guy. He's the one that's crying.
He's the one that keeps going, look at this shit. Look how bad it is.
Crying over his car. Spence is like, I should have done the interceptor for the group build.
Now Spence is saying to himself, I should have waited till this sucker showed up at Hobby Lobby and I could get it 40% off.
Well, in all honesty,
it is really old shit. So.
Yep, more dirt over everything.
Yeah, but all that stuff's gonna get painted. So
no, it looks like it needs a bath first.
It always gets a bath first. I never paint anything before giving it a bath.
That is scary, Jalen. She said that she can identify us by the backs of our hands.
Wow. It's time for us to start getting matching tattoos, huh?
Well, it also helps. See, I can see Dirk's problem. I just looked up and I'm like, okay, the guy with the purple mat, that's going to be Buck. But everybody else has a gray with white squares mat.
what's your point?
I have a rabbit.
I don't see your point, but
See, I have a rabbit and coffee.
Wait, I see it. Okay, there's the rabbit. I can move Goofy up.
I have a Warhammer meeting.
See?
My problems are long and extensive. Yes, indeed, Dirk. I think all of us are. I think one of the first problems might be that you identify with Dr. Johnny Fever.
WKRP in Cincinnati. Come on.
And we will always remember.
I swear I thought turkeys could fly.
How did we go the same place at the same time? The Great Turkey Massacre of, I think it was 1978.
That was just freaking hilarious.
They're dropping something out of the chopper. It's turkeys. And they're just falling. Fly! Oh, poor Les.
Man, I remember those shows. Bonnie Miller. I used to like that one too.
Yeah, you had to be there.
I have to admit, this is one fun part of doing commission Warhammer stuff. When you get to take a Dremel tool and just gouge holes and shit in it for battle damage.
And no, it's not yours that you didn't pay, that you didn't pay for it.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
This is true.
Stress reliever right there.
Right?
So Dirk said we should all get stuffed animal avatars. We all kind of do, but we have bench buddies. Eric's got a rabbit. I've got the cat, which is here. Let me move the cat in. I'm surprised Kenny didn't ask about the cat. I've got the cat, and I've got Goofy. I don't know, Donnie and Spence. Do you guys have anything?
Here's mine.
Do you guys play with stuffed toys?
No,
I'd have
I have
to-
a plastic one.
I'd have to look around for something.
I have Optimus.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
And Oz in the 70s, the show WKRP in Cincinnati was, it was a sitcom based out of a radio show.
Radio station, yeah.
Radio station. And what we're talking about is one season they dropped turkeys out of a helicopter into a grocery store parking lot as a promotion. And turkeys can't fly.
Oh, on the show they did, not as a promotion for the show in real life.
Yeah, on the show, a promotion for the radio station.
That's a good point.
I was just sitting here listening to Buck going, wait, that sounded like he said they dropped turkeys as a promotion for the show.
They did.
No, that's not it.
How do you know?
That's how Americans roll, man. We just go above and beyond.
Link to the turkey drop is in the chat. That is awesome.
That's funny.
You mean in the Discord or the chat here?
No, not chat here. It's got to be Discord.
I don't see it in the Discord chat.
Maybe it's in the YouTube chat.
No, it doesn't see. I don't see a link.
Let me just make sure I'm on the new YouTube window because I have closed YouTube while streaming.
Maybe they put it in the HLI Discord chat thing.
I looked. Didn't see it there.
Hey Donnie, here's a quick question. Since
Yes, sir.
you were like all about mini like that. I've noticed watching all sorts of miniature painter YouTubers and Twitch. And one thing they have in common, I was just wondering if you do it as well. If you do the I guess you lick your brush or you repoint it in your mouth.
What did I come back to?
You just don't want to know.
Just walk away.
Honestly, that depends. If I'm really concentrating on painting some tiny details, then yes, I do.
Yeah. All right. Now, what's the benefit of that? You're just repointing the brush?
Well, two things. One, you're repointing the brush, and two, saliva is actually very good at breaking the surface tension in the paint, so it flows off the brush better.
Really? I didn't know that actually.
So
Not
Dirk's,
underestimate the power of saliva, Eric.
Correct.
Eric wants to put something in his mouth. Dirk posted the link in the HLI chat, and I just posted it here for anybody who wants to pop over there for 5 minutes and see that. It's a funny clip.
But yeah, I do if I'm painting tiny details.
Okay. It was just out of curiosity because I was like, why do they do that? And nobody's ever like really explained it. There was a couple that are like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing this, and then he did it anyway. I'm like, oh, all right.
Damn it.
Well, mostly it's just convenient. You know, you're holding the media in one hand, you're holding the brush in the other hand, you're painting, and if you bump the tip of the brush on something a little too hard, you destroy the point. Well, you can put the mini down and repoint the brush, or you can just give it a quick lick and back to painting.
And boom, done. Yeah.
Hey, Kelly. Kelly just said hi, guys.
How's it going?
Hey, Kelly.
The true boss of HLI.
I thought that was Spence.
Well, no.
Heinous. I ripped it.
Here's the white walls, Eric. They're plastic. They just fit right over top the tires.
Oh no! See, now I hate that they did that.
I built a Lindbergh kit one time, way back when I was, I don't know, 10, 11 years old. The big giant, I think it was 1/8 scale, 23 T-Bucket Roadster.
Mm-hmm.
It had those snap-on white walls.
They're not even snap-on.
I wouldn't
Oh,
use
they're
them.
not even snap-on?
Yeah.
Huh.
I wouldn't
At least
use
the ones
them.
on the Lindbergh kit kind of snapped on.
I don't know what I would. What do you use to glue this on?
Nothing. You would throw them away and paint them.
Spit. You were just saying spit can be used for very many things.
Spit cures everything.
Bubblegum, maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
You're going to have to be taking a lot of notes on what to do with this car, I have a feeling.
So I have to say that it's a good thing that these are so thick, because it did rip right here, and had the Titanic ones, when I had to reposition part of it, that would have ripped right off. Duct tape, that's what you use. That's what
And secret weapon.
Can't fix it, duck it.
Hand-to-man secret weapon.
Yeah, buddy.
So Peter now understands the turkey drop.
I really should be having my goggles on for this.
Why?
Right? Yeah, I don't want to look at what the mess I'm making here.
I think at one point, I think Peter was going to paint tape like this and then put the tape in there. Or it might have been Aussie scale. I know one of them was going to do that.
Yeah, when I get to starting to do the lights and figure those out, which is like seriously the next step. But I want to see how resistors really work. You know, because I'm thinking I want certain lighting different ways. Like, okay, so these cabins, okay, all going to be lit. Okay, great, but I want to do the like a smoke gray, not a smoke gray, or probably a smoke gray on the back.
Hey, too tall.
Hey, too tall. But I want them dim, you know, and I want certain lights brighter than others, you know, things like that. And I figured resistors are probably would help, I guess.
Believe in resistors, Eric.
What's that?
I thought you didn't believe in resistors.
Well,
He's learning.
see again. I've turned over a new leaf.
So, Eric, it depends on what you're going to do. Because the cabins or the balconies you're working on right now are down inside the hull, and your LED tape is already pre-resistored. So if you do a resistor on any of it, it resists.
Yeah.
It'll kill all the lights. It'll drop all the lights.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You can't drop it any further, is what you're saying, right?
No, you can, but you can't drop just a portion of the tape. You're going to drop all of it or none of it.
You'd have to cut. You'd have to cut an individual section and then put a resistor on it to kill that particular section of tape.
I think what Buck's saying though is you're gonna have LED tape just in the hull of the ship.
Yeah.
That's gonna shine up through all of the windows, including those. So the only way you could have those dimmer is you would have to build a light box behind them.
So here,
and then put a separate piece of tape in there that you could resistor down to the brightness you want.
Oh, that's a big ball of crap I don't want.
So
all right,
here's the hull, and the part that you're working on right now is one of these. This literally is right here.
Yep.
So you're not doing lighting on just one specific part. You're doing all of it.
Rick, you know you want to build a nice little light box back there, a strip of LEDs for just those balconies.
No. He wants to build a light box for each balcony door.
There you go, Eric. Even better. You can have some lights on, some lights off.
And Oz did say, little table, little chair.
Yep. And a silhouette for people.
An umbrella.
Ooh, what scale is that ship? Like 1/700?
No, it's 1/400.
1/400.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad.
See
wouldn't be so good either.
700 scale.
I remember painting the minis to go on the bridge in the 1/350 refit.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Wait a minute. Were those the photo etch ones? They were just like 2D.
No, I bought the Tamiya. They're meant to go on an aircraft carrier, I think.
Oh, those. Okay, so they have dimension to them.
1/350 scale men, and they're actually 3D on one side. They're flat on the back, but they're actually 3D on one side.
Okay.
So as long as you put them where you can't see the back of them, you're good.
Okay, cool. All right. Those pieces are done. Yay! Yeah, a piece of, not that it's a big deal, considering this is a wrecked vehicle anyways. I had the last remaining bits of the windshield frame broke off. The hell is it? There it is. So I got to glue that back on.
So Oz did say he did black out some balconies because not all would be lit up. So here, Eric, Here, this is what Donnie's talking about.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Except for these are not. These are about twice the size of 1/350. These are 1/200.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Donnie had his goggles on that day.
He had two people's goggles on at least.
If it wasn't on the bottom of a giant stack of kits, I'd get it out. But I'm not getting all those kits down.
Do it.
I probably have some pictures.
Do it.
Where?
Just do it. Do it.
Just do it. Do it. Do it.
No, man.
Let's see here.
Ben Stiller and his voices. Do it. Just do it. Do it.
Do it.
You don't need no stinking people. I gotta get some more this extra thin. Ah. Come on.
Where are we going?
Well, at least it's not the plastic from the tank. Oh, that was just, to me, extra thin. Just did not want to play nice with that tank plastic.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. It was it's like dark green, the styrene for it, all the screws and stuff.
The color shouldn't matter.
To me, extra thin, like barely touched it. As in terms of glue, I had to use a lot of super glue in that kit.
That's weird. Maybe it's not pure styrene plastic.
What's that?
Maybe it's not pure styrene plastic.
I doubt it. Probably had some ABS in it or something.
Because to me, it usually works really good on styrene.
Well, I always had good luck with it. No, I'm fighting with this. It's going to turn into sprue goo if I use it.
So Oz, when you did the checkerboard decal and the other decal out on the wooden decks, did they stick worth a crap? Because I just looked at the instructions and there's... Oh, that's what it is. You got a checkerboard and hopscotch decals right there that are supposed to go next to that pool at the back of the ship.
And don't forget the riveting sports of like curling and or whatever the hell it is. What do they do on those decks? Anyways, they're not curling.
Shuffleboard.
There we go. Shuffleboard.
Curling without ice.
Curling without. Yes, exactly.
And old people are really good at it.
Like bingo?
Yes.
Oh, need it this way.
Cool.
How are the panel lines on that one, Spence? Or did you already throw it away?
Oh, they're not bad.
No. Are they
Like they're pretty good. I don't think there's going to be much issue with that. It's just the mold lines and the seams and the gaps.
This one I asked because
An
this
old
one I
age
had to
kit,
actually
you gotta
gouge
be
out.
kidding.
What?
I had to gouge out the lines on this one because they were like super soft. Like, you know, if I would have just did primer, even primer would have covered up a lot of it, especially around like the trunk area. So I took the back of my hobby knife and I just kind of scribed them out a little bit.
I went to Amazon and bought this, which is one of these cheap scribing tools.
Oh, nice.
Handle, and then these really fine chisel tips.
Yep. Yeah, like
It was
floor
like-
remodels, they use scribing tools. They do a lot of planes though, but yeah.
This isn't like most scribing, like a good scribing tool would be like $15-$20 a pop. But
Yeah.
the whole thing here, this whole thing here was like $20 off Amazon. I thought I was going to need it for this kit. I don't know if I'm going to need it or not, but I probably will need it. Probably will need it for the Claude when I finish it.
Oh my God, you're still doing that? Have you studied that?
Only Eric will finish the Claude.
I finished that. Yeah, that was a fun little kit.
Well, hold on a second. I got it over here in my pile of shame.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could have sworn you started that.
By the way, Eric, when you get a chance, you need to look at the numbers on the decals for the QM2. Usually the numbers are usually just one or two numbers that are just blopped on there. The numbers actually have circles around them of carrier film.
Really?
Yes. I looked at that and I'm like, you're kidding. And I kept looking. I'm like, it really does. The numbers are on carrier film. So a little bit better decals than any of us are used to, I think.
Well, I have built the resin engine.
Nice.
Got it inside the cowling. I did some sanding on it, but that's pretty much where I stopped.
I got to seat belts and said, "You've
Oh,
got to
you
be
had
kidding
decided
me."
to just go with the plastic one.
I was a glutton for punishment.
And when I built mine, I didn't do I didn't know about like, hey, why don't you do it in sub assemblies and then paint it and then put it together. I painted every part that went on it. Oh, that looks fun.
There's those minis
Oh.
inside the bridge.
That's nice.
Oh, that's badass right there.
And then there's the view screen.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now I just gotta finish building the rest of the model.
You got a
Someday.
bridge. What do you need? What else do you need?
This is 0.15 millimeter copper wire. You're supposed to wire up the Claude
wires and stuff.
for the Claude engine. Yeah, and I said no frickin' way. I bought this 0.5 millimeter styrene rod, and I did put that in the engine, but I said to hell with the copper wiring.
Right.
You know what
And
was really sad when I came across the brutal fact that when I put all that effort, and I was so proud of the cockpit panel, right? And to find out that it sits so deep in the nose of the plane that you can't see it. You'd have to pick the plane up and shine a light down there to see the photo etch, and all the details and the knobs. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, but there's just something really fun about detailing the cockpit of,
Yeah. No, I mean it was fun. I had a blast doing it, but that was my first realization. I was like, nobody is ever going to see that. The side detail, okay, like you got the cockpit, right? And you got the pilot seat, and you got like a lot of molded in detail, for like especially World War II planes on the inside. And like people paint that up, but you don't see it.
No, but I still always paint it.
This is as far as I got. primed the body without putting any parts together.
Spencer,
that's my hand.
Be ashamed. Be ashamed. This should have been done months ago.
I'm farther along than Buck is.
Well, see, I've decided that the Claude is gonna be as old as Kenny's Titanic when I finish it.
Oh my God, guys! You're talking a 5-inch, maybe long model. Get off your tuchus and get it done.
In my defense, I am going to go with this paint scheme, the camo scheme.
Oh, nice. That's
because when this was part of the World War II group build, I couldn't do that because the timing wasn't right.
Actually, if you took a picture and had it like blown up, you'd put it right next to your airbrush, you might be able to get a fine tip in there to do it by air.
Oh, you mean like a SOTAR 2020? Yeah, like a $45 Amazon cheapie, absolutely.
So
one of these.
Yep.
Kenny said that the race is now to see how many years a model can sit. And actually, Kenny, my refit is going on 8 years.
I've almost figured out how to spray this thing properly. I still need a little bit more practice with it.
Oh, like doing the fine adjustments and stuff?
It's a bit of a different animal. Thinning and whatnot requires a little bit of a different mindset with it.
Really? Like thinking an airbrush is an airbrush.
Yeah, this is SOTAR.
Yeah, but the with a 0.2 nozzle, you have to get the paint really, really thin.
Yep. It's
with like a 0.5 nozzle, you don't have to be nearly as precise with how thin you get it.
No, but whenever I as Donnie was saying, I usually have to thin more than I'm comfortable with, and I just need to get over that. That's my big thing right now. And flow improver. More flow improver. Always more flow improver.
You're starting to sound like Alex Modeling.
I don't know what you're talking about with flow improver. I've never dealt with this Final Res before, and that 3-pack there that I bought. It's like consistency of milk as it is, Like doesn't
if you've got a 0.5 or maybe even a 0.3 nozzle, you can spray Stylo-Res right out of the bottle. But you will get a lot of tip dry if you don't put just a drop of flow improver.
Did you read the label, Eric?
Not yet.
Eric goes, there's a label on it?
Oh, shit, there's instructions.
Eric has a homemade spray gun that has a nail for the nozzle.
He uses a straw with a sewing needle in it.
No, not a sewing needle. A 10-penny nail, man.
All right, here's what it says. Best applied with a 0.5 millimeter needle or larger at 20 to 30 psi.
Straight out of the bottle.
Straight out of the bottle, but it will dry quick. It's polyurethane. Polyurethanes dry fast. It will dry it will dry on the tip of the airbrush.
Now, in all seriousness, I think it was you, Spence, a long time ago. I remember somebody telling me about that when I had the issue before the needle bent, that if you don't mix it right, the paint actually dries before it even hits the model. Correct? That's why you get the tip dry?
No. What happens is you get paint that's just naturally going to stick on the needle, and then as the air comes over it more and more and more, it just dries on there. And acrylics dry fast. And polyurethanes dry even faster. So it's just literally paint drying on the tip as you spray it.
All right, see you in a bit.
Yeah, take care, Oz.
So, Eric, let me demonstrate how your needle got bent. Get that paint off.
I just, it was my shirt. So, yeah.
I know, but I'm not going to throw my
was your
shirt up
shirt.
there. It was sputtering, right? And I tried to try and wipe it off with my fingertip, and that wasn't working. So I was like, well, I'll just wipe it off on my shirt. That should do it.
Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, I could paint around corners at that point. Bent she was.
Whatever works.
Hey, Eric, you do realize your pain is our humor.
I absolutely, and lighting apparently. 24 volts.
The very first needle I bent, I had the Talon has a little screw-on cap on the front that's a needle protector.
Yep.
And I unscrewed it because I needed to get in close and do something. And then my butterfingers, I literally dropped the airbrush and it fell on the concrete floor right on the needle.
So,
oh my God,
Spence.
Yeah.
The lesson here is do not airbrush while you're eating a candy bar.
But candy bars are so good.
You said your butterfinger.
Have you ever had a Butterfinger? Have you ever had a Fifth Avenue or a Reese's?
I have.
Or Reese's? They're so good.
Snickers.
But yes,
frozen Snickers.
Oh yeah, frozen Snickers.
This Eric, not cheap, but it works.
Oh, sharpen air. Do those actually work?
They work for me.
Because I've been thinking about getting one.
I had a bent needle, and now the thing is, you need to make sure you get one for your particular airbrush. Pache needles are kind of weird, so this is a Pache specific one. But your generic airbrush needles, I think there's just a generic version. But I had a bent needle, and this
one work for a Badger.
Probably, I think Pache is like the odd man out.
Badgers look a little different to me too than my Iwata one does.
Yeah,
I took advice from somebody and slammed it in between two 2x4s. So I haven't tested it, but
interesting.
No, seriously, that's what they said. They said, use two chunks of wood, and I had a couple 2x4s, and they were like, just go ahead and get her done. And
I've seen jigs using 2x4s in high grit sandpaper, but never between just two 2x4s.
It seemed to straighten it out because that was a wicked bend. I haven't, but again, I haven't tested it. It does go like it. I'll go get it. Hang on. Watch out there, Tom.
I've done it, what Eric's talking about, and it does work. It's just not perfect.
Right.
Because what you do is you take your two 2x4s. You don't slam it between two 2x4s. You put
my terminology.
You sandwich it in there. You push down as hard as you can, and you pull the needle out. And you sit there.
Okay.
And you turn it as you turn it and do it multiple times.
Okay. I guess that would work. I don't know. You might have to repolish it if you really wanted to bring it back to good form. I would just be worried about if it was still bent, putting it back in the airbrush, damaging the fluid nozzle. But
cool, thanks, Kenny.
If it seems to work, then,
yeah, those fluid nozzles. It doesn't take much to split one.
The only other thing I did bad on an airbrush, back when I was just starting, I didn't know what I was doing. I kept over tightening the fluid nozzle, and I literally broke it off at the threads.
Yeah,
I managed to get them out, and everything was fine. But that was the only other bad thing I've done.
Been on the Talon.
I've seen
It was.
I've seen
It
somebody.
was the Talon.
Yeah.
The fluid nozzle is pretty thick.
Well,
It is, but I kept tightening and retightening.
You,
Because
See if I can
you
move
were
this
tightening
down.
it with the wrench, weren't you?
yes,
I saw somebody, did a video. That's exactly what they did. Is they tightened it with wrench, finger tight.
Oh.
Well, guys,
Tight-
finger
There's
tight.
nothing wrong with tightening it with the wrench,
Yeah.
but you want to just snug it with the wrench.
and me
You're not
being
tightening the head bolt on a car.
me being my father's son, I tightened I just tightening so much, so many times, and it just eventually cracked.
Finger tight
I don't
and then
know.
another quarter turn.
All right. So here
I don't
we
know
go.
about on
Do,
the
do you
Talon.
know? Do you have any idea how many hoses and plumbing fittings my father ruined because he just could not be satisfied with a corner turn?
Quarter turn wasn't enough.
I kept telling him quarter turn. Yeah, I know, and then just quarter turn, and he'd sneak a little bit more, and then why is this leaking?
3 and a quarter turns.
Did
Oh,
Go shear.
No, it's goes. Gotcha.
Goes here. Now, as soon as you said it, I knew right away, because I was like, that's exactly what I did. I couldn't get. Remember, I said I was trying to clean it with my fingertip and it wouldn't work. So I took this little bad boy off, this little cap right here that's all loose now, anyways.
Take that off.
I took that off.
You take that off, Eric.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that is a needle cap. Okay, so yeah, that can come off optionally, but yeah, you shouldn't
And
be.
This comes off too.
Don't
Yeah.
take that.
No, don't take.
Don't
that
take
off.
that. Don't take that off when you're using
Don't
it.
take it off. I won't take that off. Okay.
Not when you're using it.
And whenever I do anything at the tip of the airbrush, what I tend to do, Eric, is pull the trigger back so the needle is retracted.
Right, but that doesn't work if you're trying to clean the needle.
Now there's 2 screws, I guess. This one.
That chuck nut in the back that tightens the needle down.
Nope, the other one.
The other one.
This one.
That tightens the needle down.
So it won't slide out.
Yeah, now try to now. You have that loose. Now pull on the trigger. Needle doesn't move.
Yep.
Now tighten that back down.
This one.
Yeah. Tighten it back down. Now pull on the trigger. Now the needle moves.
Yeah.
That basically attaches the trigger mechanically to the needle. Chuck nut.
Yeah. And that nut up in front of it adjusts how hard it is to pull back on the trigger.
Right. That's basically adjust the tension in the spring.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The more you tighten it, the harder it will pull back. Or the harder it'll be to pull back.
It will on some models also. It's an adjustment for how far back you can pull the trigger.
Yeah, I think
No, not that.
Yeah,
that one is
depends
on his.
Depends on the brush.
Yeah, on his. That's on the part that he unscrewed the back end of the brush.
Yeah.
That's usually right here.
Yeah,
There's the Talon.
I has one of those.
See, now you guys have all these like fancy ones, and yeah.
Eric, I want to show you something. Let me zoom
But
in.
I've had this for probably 4 years.
Eric,
I've
I
owned
want to show.
6 ones.
I want to show you how shockingly similar the construction of this brush is to yours. Here's the back end that you just unscrewed.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's got 2.
There's the chuck nut. There's the tension adjust. The same exact thing that's on yours.
Oh no kidding.
Here's the needle protector.
Yeah, that one's huge.
Here's the air cap, which you don't want to be taking off, but I'll take off.
Just be very careful when you put it back on.
Yep. There's the fluid nozzle. See the needle.
Yeah.
The construction of this airbrush is shockingly similar to the one you have.
Yep.
You know the main difference between something like this and something like what Eric's got?
Tolerances.
Yep.
Well, not really tolerances, but the simple fact that on the one that Eric's got, it comes off the assembly line, somebody throws it in a box and ships it out. On the ones like this, it comes off the end of the assembly line, somebody picks it up, checks to make sure it's okay, then puts it in a box and ships it out.
Hold on a second. Get my other one out here.
Have you ever seen Sparmax airbrushes?
Oh yeah.
Literally, the only difference between those and the cheap Chinese brushes is somebody checks them. They're made on the same line with the same parts.
This might still
But somebody
be.
checks them at the end of the process to make sure they're good instead of just throwing them in a box.
Eric, this airbrush. Everybody and their grandma recommends this for a beginner, and it's probably like $70 or $80 more than what Donnie's holding right now.
Like this one.
Yeah, let me get this out of the box. I bought this in case my Talon ever craps out.
A Wada Eclipse. Right?
Look at how similar. Well, look how similar the front end of that brush is to yours.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Let me take off the back end. Look familiar?
Yeah. Yeah. It's got the two screw things there.
Got the chuck nut and the tension adjust. And if I were to take this apart, it would look almost identical to what Donnie's holding and what you're holding. And what Chuck's holding.
Yeah, Eric.
The only difference is that this one is more highly polished on the inside, so the paint flows a little more easily,
Yep.
and the tolerances are a little tighter, a little better. That's the only difference.
By the way, Eric, this is just to show you that when you can afford it, Talon is a good brush to get.
Yep.
They are a good brush. I just wish that more people would design an airbrush like this.
What now? How much does how much does that go for, anyways? The one that Spence showed.
This $150, $160.
So okay, I'd have to save up.
I wouldn't. I'd get the Talon instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Talon's like $100 and you can get all 3 needles, all 3 tips.
Yeah,
everything.
You can't get the different needle sizes and whatnot with this airbrush.
Yeah.
You have to buy them separate.
And the real reason I got the Talon was because when I finally spray the Titanic, it has a special cap that goes over top of here with the 6mm needle that gives it, I think it's a 3-inch fan.
This.
Yeah. 0.6 mil.
Come on, zoom. Well,
All
it's
right,
this.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that?
Have you seen the spray brush that Boyd uses?
No.
You haven't seen the spray gun that Boyd uses when he's painting a big model?
He
No, well,
paints
if I did, I
cars
don't
with that
remember.
thing.
That spray brush, I think, uses a 0.5 or 0.6 millimeter needle. Is that right? No, that's at 1 millimeter.
I think it's probably a 1 millimeter.
Yeah, he paints cars with that thing.
Yeah.
This is meant for a 0.66 millimeter needle,
Yeah.
and
it
it will
works good.
spray a swath about 3 to 4 inches wide.
Yeah. Instead of spraying a
So this will
circular
turn
area.
a Talon into something more like a spray gun
Yeah.
than an airbrush.
And it works good too.
Because I want to say the Iwata
Everybody
brand
freaks.
I've heard mentioned, because I subscribe to this one channel called Airbrush Asylum,
Yeah, he's good.
and oh my goodness, does he just go to town on that? Oh
Spence dropped off.
no, he's back.
It froze.
But
I just
yeah,
wish-
Airbrush Asylum, that guy is good, and he uses.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say is, this Talon comes with an option of 0.25, 0.38, and 0.66 millimeter, which is huge for an airbrush. And the kit I got gives you all 3, and it came with this fan cap that Buck was talking about.
Yeah, and that's all for $100.
Yeah, and this will give you a 3 to 4 inch swath of paint. Very similar to a spray gun.
Yeah, it's a fan pattern.
Yeah.
So Jalen, have you cleaned that brush? Because with the sticking needle, have you actually taken it completely down and thrown it through like an ultrasonic bath or anything? Because it sounds like there's still some paint inside the brush itself.
It's very possible. I just wish more people would design the brushes where you don't have to take the end off to get the needle out, like Badger does.
Yes, absolutely.
I love that.
That is so nice.
This doesn't even actually. Come to think of it, this doesn't even work. The
Retighten.
This is supposed to. It doesn't.
Probably got some paint and gunk down in it.
What? Well, hold on a second. Is that actually sitting on top? Make sure the bottom of that is actually sitting on top of the air valve underneath.
I have no idea. How am I supposed to?
You have to look down in there and see.
I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at.
Okay, so here's what you need to do.
If it wasn't sitting on the air valve, he probably wouldn't be able to get the needle through it. And the needle's in it.
Like
Actually, Eric, turn that back over.
Down.
Turn that over. Show us the bottom again.
To the bottom. All right.
You don't have an air valve in there right now.
I don't have an air valve.
Right. What you're missing.
Hey, that's right.
Yeah, where is the air valve?
You're
That's a
missing
good question. Hang on a sec.
this right here.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Good eye, Buck.
He must have taken it off.
I've had that happen to mine before.
I've never. Well, no, I take that back. When I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner, I take the air valve out.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, see,
Which on the Talon is not the easiest thing to do. But
No, I just took it
I've
off.
never took it off the Talon yet.
See, that's what we were looking at on his.
yeah. I didn't notice that his air valve was gone.
All right. So
You should have a piece. Look, that's it right there.
Put that back on the air. Well, first off,
was I supposed to leave it on or something?
First
that's
off,
not supposed to come off the airbrush.
First off, Eric, the not shiny plastic part that's attached to, screw that off.
Yeah.
Take that off.
This?
Yeah. That should no.
Part, not the clear part.
Unscrew the shiny part from the not shiny part.
There you go.
What you're holding on your left is the actual air valve. The other thing is a moisture trap. That's
Right.
not critical.
So your air
Now
valve.
screw that back into the airbrush.
So your air.
I don't know. Moisture traps can be pretty critical too sometimes.
Well, yeah, not right now, not at the moment.
But see, Eric,
Screw that back on.
you see this little part here that looks kind of like the inside of
Looks like a spark plug from my vantage point.
Well, it also looks, that little button there is the same thing you see in your valves for a tire. That's pushing up against the bottom of your trigger.
Now is it out of bounds? There you go.
All right.
All right, now the screw near the body of the brush. That one there. Tighten that a little bit so that your trigger doesn't wiggle around all over the place.
Does an airbrush work? Same principle, righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. You just don't want it to be wiggling back and forth too much. There you go.
And
you don't want it to be moving back and forth on its own. You don't want it to be wiggling around. So you want that.
Oh, the trigger itself, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You don't want that. You don't want that wiggling around. You want a little bit of a spring tension in that, so it's not wiggling around. There you go. That looks
I
pretty
actually
good.
like to keep the tension pretty tight on the trigger because for me it's easier to control the trigger that way, where you can pull it back just a little bit without going too far.
Yeah, it's a matter of personal preference.
Go check out the Discord. I actually took some I actually took some pictures of the needle itself about as close up as I could with my phone. And I don't know if you guys can tell if it's like still bent or whatever, because I bought this needle 0.5, but it just came with the needle.
If it's just a needle, you need a cap to go with it.
It's
Yeah.
just a
Okay,
needle.
but here's the thing. That is probably an Iwata needle. Looks like an Iwata package.
Does it say Neo on it?
Yep. That's
Okay.
not an Iwata airbrush. Well, it may be because Neo's not made by Iwata anyway.
Oh
but-
yeah, Neo for a water. Look at that.
So, Jalen, if your trigger got stuck back like this, you know, if it was back and would not move forward on its own,
That's for this airbrush.
then you need to take it apart and, take it down to the needle
All
and
right.
everything else and really clean it. If you have a ultrasonic bath, that's best.
All right, Don. So send me that airbrush then.
Well, you know, to be honest, I don't use this one much anymore since I got the Talon. I did the 0.5 millimeter conversion on it. I put a 0.5 millimeter needle and nozzle on it and air cap. And I was using it for like primer and stuff like that you almost could not spray with the Sotar.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I got the Talon, and this one's just been kind of sitting there getting lonely.
Whether or not that
I
needle,
mean, that looks basically the same as yours.
yeah,
That needle. What?
I would argue that cheap airbrushes like that probably are designed to work with Iwata needles and whatnot, but there's no guarantee, I guess. I've never worked with a cheap Goshier or whatever.
Actually,
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Hold the trigger back and screw that part off that Spence told you not to screw off.
Yeah.
Hold it back
Hold the
Yeah,
trigger back.
Hold it
So-
all the way back.
and press
And
down.
No, hold it
you
all
don't
the way
have to.
back and unscrew this part off the end.
Yeah, unscrew the no,
No,
on the front of the brush.
off the
this
end.
part,
The front of the brush.
On the front.
Yeah.
Up here.
Jalen.
Hold the trigger back. Hold the trigger back.
Unscrew that. That's the needle
Yeah.
protector. Now unscrew that. Unscrew the
Unscrew
other
that
part.
part. While
Unscrew
you're
that.
holding the trigger back.
Yeah.
So, Jalen, the
Okay.
Oh yeah, that looks exactly like this.
the needle on this one sticks out quite a bit too. If you look.
You see what I'm talking about, Eric?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
That looks almost exactly the same. I bet that needle would work.
As long as
But you need a 0.5 nozzle. That's probably a 0.3.
right.
Yes, I believe that's
You would-
that's. If I remember correctly. It
And make
came
sure
with
you
a
hold the trigger back when you screw that back in.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Do not have the needle poking out.
Yes, we are, Jalen, and they aren't dry. The Patriot is further beyond the needle guard. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and I do know that when I backflow the Talon, when I let the needle come back forward, it stabs me.
Yeah, the Neo doesn't do that, but I have noticed the Talon does.
So is this even necessary? This air trap or whatever it is?
Well, it's a moisture trap. It's designed to trap water so it doesn't
I
get
would-
into your paint flow.
I would say yes, because
Yes.
mine does catch water.
Yeah.
And that
since-
water would have went through the hose and spit out on whatever you're spraying.
Yeah. I would put that back on.
All I could hear is Akbar. That's a trap.
Right.
Sorry.
Oh, that sucks.
That is designed to catch water that would otherwise get into your paint.
Right.
And unless you live in Arizona,
No, it's
You
drying the popcorn
See,
fat
I have
out
one
here,
on
man.
my airbrush hose.
Yeah.
My compressor has one on it, but I still catch water in this one.
Yeah.
Go figure.
It's physics. So, by the way, Eric.
Yeah,
Yes.
my Talon also has, it doesn't have the solid needle guard. It has the notches in it, Jalen. I have to take that off to backflush as well.
That's
Also,
why I
Donnie,
like.
if anybody has any brushes they want to dump off and sell, just let me know. Like, Discord or whatever.
Yeah. So
That's why I like these rubber caps that Badger uses for the end of the brush to protect it, because you
that's
can
cool.
just pop that on and backflush.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I mean, it works perfect.
The needle.
these decals are really, really robust. Solvaset did nothing.
Wow.
I had some Revell decals one time that were like that.
I
guess-
use microsol and microset.
I guess your next option would be gasoline or something.
Flamethrower.
I'd go with that.
Actually, they're laying down pretty okay.
Use your heat
Throwing up
gun,
back.
Buck.
No, no,
Use the heat gun. That'll melt them right in there.
nope. And my next trick is going to be throwing the what is it? Woodland Scenics water in there.
Well, I was going to say either Woodland Scenics or AK. I noticed has water effects that if you didn't want to go like full on resin type pouring.
Are you using the blue or the clear?
Clear.
Clear.
Yep.
I have some of the blue.
And see, if I really wanted to, Eric, I could go with this stuff too.
Yeah, true. You'd have to work it. Like for me, I wouldn't want it. Like I'm not going to do it mine flat. I want that rippling effect. I mean, they're out in the ocean. It's going to be lots of wind, so.
Yeah, most people that do the rippling effect just fill the volume they want with that water, and then do the ripple effect with like Mod Podge or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've seen that done too. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it for me, anyways.
Yeah. I was just going to mention before we got into airbrush talk, the other kit I'm going to be working on, which is not the Claude, is I'm going to go ahead and repaint Catwoman.
Oh,
Poor
nice.
Claude just ain't getting no love.
I already have the base done.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, I want to see what that turns out like, because it was looking good before the little clear coat incident.
That catastrophe.
Yes.
And
Which if people are new to that, it was not Spencer's fault. It was the fault of the freezing.
UPS. She's back to bare vinyl.
Wow. And you used that super clean to do that?
That's super clean, and that took off lacquer primer.
Wow.
without damaging the vinyl. It did take off. But it did take off some of the acrylic putty. But it did not mess with the epoxy sculpt. So.
Really?
No. That is still on there. That's still pretty good.
Quit touching her butt. Couldn't resist, could you?
I only did it because you said it.
So Eric,
yeah, but I'm
like, oh yeah, that is a good idea.
It's like, don't think of elephants. What?
So Eric,
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was thinking about elephants.
Elvis the pelvis, right? And his brother Enos.
that guy. So Eric, I'm looking at your needle. That actually looks like it should work.
Yes.
Are you talking? Are you talking this one right here, the 0.5?
Yeah, the one. No, I'm talking the one that's in your brush right now that you put pictures on Discord.
Do you think that'll spray? Because when I looked at it close up, and I said I put the pictures on Discord, but it looks bent. Like it looks like it's still off.
It looks not so much bent as curved.
Curved is not good either, though, Buck.
Well, see, the thing is, it's not good, but it's not as bad. You know, what you probably had originally was bent like this. You know?
Yeah, that's still kind of
it's
kind of curved.
It's got a little bit of a curve, but I'd give it a shot. I mean, it's the only thing you got.
Yeah, well, exactly my point.
Well, you bought that other needle. I would be willing to bet you could get the nozzle to go with it, and it would probably work.
See, and I never even knew that was even a thing. I figured, okay, if needle's bent, buy another needle.
Right, but you knew that it was a 0.3 that was in your brush, and you bought a 0.5.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Bigger's better.
Well, you know, you got a 0.3 millimeter hole that you're going to try to stuff a 0.5 millimeter needle through.
And?
Just saying.
And it's not a go shear. It's in the water, so.
I don't think you will probably ever see a go shear needle by itself.
No, I've looked.
Probably not.
I would be willing to.
They're not. Some needles are going to be more expensive than that brush.
I would be willing to bet you won't find a go shear needle or nozzle or both together by themselves. I'm pretty sure that with go shear, you're just going to find the whole airbrush.
Right.
Spence, have you looked at the pictures?
Yeah, I saw them.
In your opinion,
just going to leave it at that.
It's like damaged.
I can see a little bit of some curvature.
Yeah.
If it was worse than that, I'm kind of surprised you got the needle out without damaging anything else.
I don't know if I did, and yeah, I had to use I think it was pliers or something. I pulled it. I pulled it out. So
you
yoinked it out with pliers
at the end. Yeah, you taking it out the back there.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and get a new nozzle, dude.
You probably want to get a new brush because there's probably a groove running down the inside of the whole brush.
Probably.
Unbend it the way it was, and it wouldn't come out. So I figured, well, I'll grip it, on the brush itself and grab the pliers, and it did. It worked. I was able to get it out, but
so that fluid nozzle that you saw when we had you take the front end apart.
Yeah.
It's like a nickel something alloy.
Brass.
Brass, but some of it also can have nickel and stuff in it. That's a soft alloy. And that's very easy to bend and crack and all other kinds of stuff. Hey, Kenny found a link.
Steel.
Hold on a second. Kenny posted, oh shit, really? You can buy replacement go shear parts off of AliExpress?
Wow.
Ah.
Oh wait! But you got to look at what it says at the top of the thing, right above or right below the description. It says, "Sorry, this item is no longer available."
No.
Good effort, Kenny. Good effort.
Oops.
Thanks, Ken. I appreciate the look.
Oh, that would have been nice too, because that was all three.
Yeah. Well, the thing I learned about AliExpress, there's multiple listings for the same thing. I bet if I do another search.
And of course, I bought this on Amazon, like I said, 4 years ago, maybe.
Let's see, we got Naughty Doll, Kuzin, C-Fang.
But they're all probably exactly the same airbrush.
Here we go, 3-piece set, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, needle, air cap, and nozzle.
Or
$8.
go.
Sea Fang, $8.
I would say that those are all exactly the same airbrush
They look very similar.
because 75% of the ones on Amazon are exactly the same airbrush with a different name etched into it.
Yep.
It's like why do they do that? You know, like it just doesn't make sense. You know, if it's
Because-
the same damn thing.
Say Joe decides he wants to make some money, so he goes to this ex-Chinese factory in China, buys 10,000 airbrushes, puts a name on them, sells them.
Oh, all right.
Then Bob comes along and goes, "Hey, you made some money like that." He buys 10,000 airbrushes, the same airbrushes, puts a different name on them, sells them on Amazon.
Dang, that's quite.
Meanwhile, Chinese factories still cranking them out, you know.
Here's
Like
another
I
link.
said, if you got brushes for sale, guys, let me know.
I have to admit, whoever set up Shenzhen was a freaking genius.
Who?
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
because most companies, you know, they'll say, "Hey, let's make some air conditioners." So they'll build a factory, they'll build air conditioners for their company. Shenzhen said, "Hey, let's build a whole shit ton of factories and somebody will want us to build something."
Yep.
Good God.
Literally.
They're
That's what they did.
Shenzhen. The Shenzhen market is basically an entire city in China where you just go there, they have display set up, you say, "Okay, I want this and I want how many do you got?" "Oh, we got 10,000." And you say, "Okay, I want 5 or 6,000." And when they run out, they may make more, they may not. They may go off and make something else.
Or even more, the part that makes it genius is you can just go to them and say, "Hey, look, I would like to make this product." "Sure, you got specs?" "Yeah, I got specs. No problem. We'll make that for you."
Yep.
I mean, how genius is that?
That is quite a record.
That's what made Kickstarter actually work.
Yeah.
Because all these people have these ideas, you know, and then they raise a little money on Kickstarter, go to these Chinese factories and say, "Hey, we've got this much money. Can you make this for this much money?" "Sure, no problem."
Unreal.
Yeah, and you know, here they just started a company making coffee makers or whatever, and all they had to do was get some money on Kickstarter, design the coffee maker, and then send the design to some random factory in Shenzhen.
Whole lot
And
easier
they're in
than,
business making coffee makers now.
whole lot easier than facing the Shark Tank.
Right?
Anyway, Eric, I'm just because you were talking about Stynylrez earlier, I'm probably going to prime Catwoman here in Stynylrez black, and I'm probably going to do a video on that. So
Nice. Thank you.
if you want to, yeah.
I
will
assume
tell.
you plan on going through like, you know, your whole thinning process, what you use.
I will tell you that I'm probably going to be using Flow Improver. So
A what?
Eric's like, "Damn it."
in fact, we were talking about this earlier. Probably going to be using this.
What is that?
I didn't get some.
That's creepy.
Although the 40/20 works.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
See, I have a bottle like that, but it's air cleaner, airbrush cleaner. And
You could also, I think Donnie would probably agree. You could probably use this as well.
That's all I use pretty much. Maybe a couple drops of water. I think
This is
Eric died
Oh,
because he was just bam gone.
nope.
Nope. Here he comes.
Whoa, that was horrendous.
Did your phone die, Eric?
No, it was. Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah.
hear
I
you.
can hear you.
All
I
right.
can't see you.
Can't see me. Hang on now.
Can you see me now?
Discord just like opened puke.
I was going to say you can also use this.
Yeah, that's all I use for thinning acrylic paints pretty much, and then
Oh,
ask
wow.
water to get it to the consistency I want.
Now we're talking when you use a flow improver, not to get like too in depth already tonight, but we're talking drops, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
like 1 part flow improver to like, I don't know. I usually go like 1 part flow improver to like 4 or 5 parts paint.
So one drop.
I wouldn't even go as far as
Four
1 part
drops.
flow improver to maybe 10 parts paint,
Yeah, it all depends on
and
the
then
paint.
thin it from there with water.
Yeah, for Stynal Res, I would probably say 1 part flow improver, like 10 parts paint. Something that's
I
already
really
designed. Something
Go
that's
ahead.
already designed to be airbrushed, you don't need a lot.
Okay.
If you have something that's thicker, you want more. But for Stynal Res, yeah, I think Donnie's right. Probably about 1 part that, 10 parts paint. In fact, I got this because somebody on Facebook said 1 part this, 10 parts Stynal Res.
Wow.
So I'll probably try that and see how that works.
So basically, that little bottle would last quite a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and this was on Spray Gunner for like $3.
Damn.
Really?
Let me see if I can find the link, and I'll put it
Oh,
in
the
the Discord.
Createx?
Yeah, I'll see if I can find the link, and I'll put it on Discord and in the chat. Why not? Spray Gunner, because I'm going to get off here pretty soon. I can hear it thundering outside.
Yeah, I gotta hit the sack.
I think actually all of us are getting ready
2012.
are about ready to shut down.
Yeah. 4012 high performance reducer.
It's not even 1 o'clock yet. What's wrong with you people?
Beauty
2
sleep.
ounces, $3 on Spray Gunner, not including
I've
shipping.
never ordered
It's
from
not
them.
much more expensive than that at Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby, this was for me $4.99. Let me put this on the chat too, if anybody is still.
By the time you pay shipping from Spray Gunner,
Yeah,
it's probably gonna cost you $4.99.
Is
I've-
Sprinter US based?
yeah, they're in Florida.
Yes,
I think
Florida.
they are legitimate. Do not. They are fine. You don't have to worry
Okay.
about them.
I had 1 bad experience with Spray Gunner, and that was it.
Do they sell cheap airbrushes?
They sell all kinds of airbrushes.
You should go on and take a look and see what they got, because they have their it's going to sound funny, they have their no-name brand.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Eric, if
Yeah.
you're wanting to learn the spray brush, I would say my personal opinion would be save up your money, buy a Badger Patriot, or
Yeah.
get the Talon. Because if you go with $20 airbrush, you're getting a $20 airbrush. I mean, like this Neo. When I first bought this, I thought, oh my God, that's amazing, because all I had ever used was the little single action ones with the jar that goes underneath,
Yeah.
external mix. But
Yeah.
then when I got the Sotar, there's no comparison. This is just no comparison.
It is one of those things that you do kind of get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Now, some of it is the user. It's just a matter of practice, and there are
That's
people
true.
who can do. There are people who can do
Right.
really, really good things with a cheap airbrush, but if you really want to sort of hit the ground running and do a good job and know it's that you're the one who needs the improvement and not the brush, then yeah, you should save up a little bit more.
Spray gun?
for a better.
Well, that's
For,
why it didn't all wash out, didn't it? Grex.
hey,
Grex
Grex.
Genesis Airbrush Combo Kit. $378.
Grex are expensive brushes.
They are.
They're
Just get a harder steam back.
oh,
With a good airbrush that you can control good, you can do this. That's almost 100% airbrush.
Oh, damn, Don. That looks good.
All the blue and white is airbrushed. The
Wow.
orange I painted on with a regular brush. But I did that all with the Sotar.
Oh, here we go. Badger Patriot 105-1 Fine Gravity Airbrush, $70.
That's a
Does that
decent
come with it?
airbrush.
does that come with anything else?
Fine, so it's got the 0.2 in it.
Gravity Fed set includes instruction manual.
Probably just the airbrush, or maybe the airbrush and the hose.
Double action. It's 0.5.
It's 0.5?
Is that-
Yeah, 0.5.
Hold on, it's the Patriot one of. I'm not seeing that when I look for it.
Oh, man.
Okay,
See that?
Badger Patriot. Here we go. Badger Patriot 105 3-in-1.
See that?
That's out of stock.
That's out of stock. It says it's on sale. Email me when available. Damn it.
Can he put a link? Yeah, can he put a link in the chat for that particular one I was looking at? That's a 3-in-1. That's $88. That's pretty good. Let me check Badger's actual website and see.
See, now $88 isn't too
on
bad.
Badger's
I might be able to talk to, chat with the wife and be like, hey, I know it's not in the budget, but
We can sell one of the kids.
right? We got enough of them.
Not bad.
I don't know if the.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you guys care. I just tested my blood, and 181 is fantastic for me.
Good job, Buck.
181.
Yeah, down from 400.
Woo! 400 and you were still walking?
I was walking, talking, and didn't feel bad at all.
Holy crap.
How many ounces is that, Spence? Oh, dang it, that Createx bottle.
2 ounces, I think. Yeah, 2 fluid ounces.
2 ounces. $2.95 on spray gun.
Yeah, but like Donnie said, by the time you pay for shipping, it might be the same price at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, true. I don't know. It doesn't really say anything about shipping.
Yeah,
Badger's
Badger's price for that same set on their website's more expensive.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later, Kenny.
Later. Yeah,
I've Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, usually spray gunner's cheap, but sometimes a lot of this stuff's out of stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've ordered several things from Spray Gunner and always had a good experience except once. You remember back when they had the hurricane and everything in Florida and everything was flooded?
Yeah.
I ordered my first Sotar from Spray Gunner, and when I got it in, no air would come out of it. I mean, just a little bit of air would come out of it. I'm like, this can't be right. So I started tearing it apart, and the whole inside of it was full of corrosion. And the only thing I could think of was it was in their warehouse. Their warehouse got flooded, and they didn't bother to take it apart and check it to make sure it was good before they sold it.
Here we go. Badger Omni 3000.
Omni.
$81.
I'd go with the Patriot.
Yep.
The Omni. What's the Omni?
It's
That-
one of the Thayer.
that-
Remember when
that's
they bought Thayer and Chandler?
Oh yeah, that's a siphon fed. You don't want that, Eric.
That's the Thayer and Chandler
Oh.
brush.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I didn't see
That's got
that.
the bottle that goes underneath. You don't want that.
Badger Airbrush Sotar 2020 VM 95.
That
Medium?
that's a bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? That requires a bit more finesse. I don't think that's something you want to start with.
So
I'm the hammer. Everything else is nails. Is that what you're saying?
That is an airbrush, like Donnie said, you paint minis with.
I love that airbrush.
Oh, you mean the Sotar 2020 is for like real fine.
Oh
It
yeah.
is.
yeah,
See, that's the other thing. That's the
Have
other
you
thing.
seen the
I
brush
thought
that
it was the
Reaper is
needle.
selling?
I thought it was the needles that dictated the fine detail, not the brush.
Well,
Every
it is to a point, but if you design the brush for fine detail, it works better.
yep.
Have you seen the
Like-
brush that Reaper's selling on their website, Eric? The Vex?
Yeah, it's expensive.
It is a redesigned Sotar made
Oh,
by
yeah, that looks-
Badger. And
that looks
somehow,
exactly like it.
and I can't figure out how they're doing it, but somehow they include a 0.2 and a 0.3 needle with that brush, and they claim that you do not have to change the nozzle to go from one needle to the other. And I don't understand how that works, because if you got the same size hole, you're still spraying the same amount of paint.
It's
Yep.
Harder and Steambeck does something similar. I think has to do with like the taper. Like the length is such that the angle of one is steeper than another, but where they meet the nozzle, they're the same diameter. Or it's some weirdness like that. Like I said,
What I'm saying is, I understand you can fit a smaller needle into a larger nozzle, and when you push the needle in far enough, it's going to fill the hole.
yeah.
But when you're spraying with it, you still got the same size hole for the paint to come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, Harder and Steambeck does it somehow for their like 2-in-1s and stuff. I do not know how that works.
From what I did, that name sounds familiar because that was probably the most expensive airbrushes I've seen so far.
That's
Is
the
that-
Cadillac.
Steambeck, Harder and Steambeck,
Yes.
they are very expensive.
That's the Cadillac of airbrushes.
Yeah.
Well, that and the what's the other one? The custom micron.
Oh jeez,
Yeah.
that thing. That's like $500-600.
Yeah, the custom micron is like $500.
Let me break in here for a second, guys. I'm going to shut down the YouTube stream.
Okay.
So out there in YouTube land, we're calling it a night. Glad you stopped by. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun, and we've ranged through all kinds of topics. Anybody
We do
wants to?
tend to get a little sidetracked.
We do.
Squirrel.
Have a great evening,
And the occasional F-bomb.
yeah.
Thank you, Spence.
Jalen says that she hated it. Good.
We've done our job.
Yep.
See you again next week.
Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time, guys.
By the way, those nozzles on the back,